Hi there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another Kit Conspiracy video. And today is a bonus video since we are normally posting on Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday. And today is none of those days. So bonus video for you. Okay, so I'm starting out with this peachy paper and it's got chickens on it, but it's kind of hard to see because they're just kind of like in the background. So it's really just the shadow or outline of chickens. And then I thought I would use this title. I'm going to use the word gather in the blue right there. And then there was a piece that was in the die cuts that says around the table. And then I'm going to use that black together. So my title will read gather around the table. Not the table. Gather around the table together is what it will read when it's all done. And if you know me, you know I like interesting titles, and so that is it's definitely going to be different because it's in multiple fonts and colors. So the photos that I have, the three on the left-hand side, the top two, is a bunch of the girls doing like YMCA around the room, just for the heck of it. And the bottom one is all of our bags when we got there. And that's just the bags of scrapbooking stuff, which we were a little light on. We caught a lot of flack from our driver that we could have had so much more in the car. We didn't even fill the car. So this past year when we went, these photos are from 2021. So in 2022, we more than filled the car. In fact, we didn't have enough room to bring everything back with us. So we had to offload to a friend. So we definitely solved that problem. And then the photo in the top right-hand side is a bunch of us around the table. I don't think I'm actually in the photo because I think I'm the one taking the photo. But it is MK teaching a little mini class while we were there. So I thought this was perfect since we are gathering around the table to learn, also gathered around the table to have a little YMCA party. And I mean, it was a really short-lived kind of impromptu thing, but it was really kind of funny. I wasn't one of the ones up there doing that kind of thing, but several of my friends were. So you guys know who you are. So I just caught photos of it from across the room, and I thought it was kind of fun and funny. So anyway, I went ahead and inked up around the entire outside of the paper with Black Sit Distress ink. I also added a blue border to two sides. I didn't want to use all of that blue paper because this was one of the layouts that I did early on before, well, it's like the second layout that I did. So I didn't want to use all the paper because I know I'm going to need more paper elsewhere in this collection or in this series of photos. So I thought it was a good way to use some of the paper, add some interesting color, and then on the opposing two sides I cut that journaling box in half and have it peeking in from the other two sides that don't have that blue border around it. And I really like the way that that looks. It matches the gather. It also matches all of the papers, the journaling spots and the paper around the outside on the two sides match each other perfectly. So I thought it was a good way to bring in a little bit more color. So I am adding a chipboard piece to the top there, and I can't even read it on my screen right now because it is a little bit, there's a little bit of glare. And but it is one of the chipboard pieces from the collection, so I liked what it said. I think it might say happiness. I'm pretty sure it says happiness. And then I am going to use my T-square ruler to line up the word together. It is a chipboard piece and it is all attached, so that kind of solved that problem. I didn't have to try and line up everything, but I did want to make sure it went straight across the page. And it's a bit of an optical illusion to line it up because that peach paper is not straight at the bottom or on the left-hand side, because I wanted some angles in there where it lines up with the blue. So using the T-square ruler really helped because, like I said, it's a bit of an optical illusion. It does line up perfectly with the blue, which is square. So that puffy gather worked really well with the other piece that says around the table, and I popped that up onto some foam just to keep that same dimension. as the foam piece and the chipboard piece. So now I've got a chipboard piece, a cardstock piece, and a foam piece all in the title. And I absolutely love the way that it looks. So I think it's kind of a fun way to do that. And normally I like to line my photos up, and they are lined up in the fact that they are straight, but they are not lined up on top of each other. I felt like that was too much of a stack, and I needed a little bit more movement on the page. So by kind of zigzagging the photos back and forth a little bit, you get a little bit more movement, and it flows a little bit better, at least to my eye. So that's why I went ahead and did that with the 3 photos on the left-hand side. And then I opened up, I have a sticker book. I don't know if it's Dear Lizzie or Amy Tan. It's one of the two. No, it's not Amy Tangerine. It's the blue one, whatever that one is. I think but it's old. And that little turquoise sticker that I'm playing around with right there is from that sticker book. And it was just a rectangle. I cut it in half lengthwise, and now I'm going to cut it in half again. But again, I'm going to do it lengthwise, and then I'm going to tuck it underneath the sides of these photos on the left-hand side, just to bring in a little bit more color and a little bit more interest. I didn't want to do a bunch of layers behind with my papers because, again, I need as much paper as possible because I have so many photos to document this trip. And so I wanted to make sure that I left myself enough options for down the road. I think in the beginning it would have been a little bit more it would have been a little easier for me to figure out what papers I wanted to use had I decided to assign different photos to different background papers, and then I would know what I had left over to go ahead and use for layering or for other page elements, like maybe a band or something like that. So anyway, I hadn't done that at this point, so I was like, I don't want to use too much and run out. Anyway, I pulled out the chipboard hearts that are plaid, and I put them in each one of those areas. There were, I think, 5 of them, and so I used all 5. One is with the title. The others are in each of the blue spots where that blue sticker is, and the other one is up top in that journaling spot. And I'm not doing any of the journaling of this trip on camera, so I apologize, you're not going to get to see that, but I will end up doing some journaling. I then took my whole layout over to my sewing machine, which is back in action, and I did a little bit of black stitching in each of the areas, and I really like the way that it turned out. It just adds a little pop of black and just adds another texture to the entire layout. So while I just tuck in all the thread and tape it down, I will remind you that MK has stuff going on her channel as well. I don't know if she's got a video today, but I know we will both have videos for you tomorrow. So come back tomorrow and check out what we have for our videos for Thursday, which is our regular day to post. So again, this is a little bonus video because I ended up with actually more videos than there are days in the week for this week. So we will see what next week brings. I don't know if I'm going to have the same issue or not, but that's never a bad thing. So anyway, here come the close-ups, you guys. Thanks so much for watching and for tuning in today. If you enjoyed this video, I would love a thumbs up. And if you're not already subscribed, I would love for you to subscribe as well. I will put links to anything that has links available to down below, anything that you can still get in case you are interested in purchasing anything. And they are affiliate links, so I do get a little bit of a commission on that. It's not a lot, but it does help me out, so I do appreciate if you do use the links. And that is pretty much it. So thanks for watching. I'll be back again tomorrow with our regular Kit Conspiracy Day. See you then. Bye-bye.